This isn't just a projector. This is the soundcore Nebula X1 Pro, the world's first mobile theater station with 4K laser projection and 7.1.4 Dolby Atmos sound. And guys, I'm not exaggerating when I tell you that this thing blew me away. Let's ramble.
Hold up, things go wild when I pull up. They all on me like they want some.
Hey guys, what's up? So today we're diving into something really special, the soundcore Nebula X1 Pro. And if you've been around the channel for a while, you know I've tested my fair share of projectors, and Nebula projectors have always come out positively for me. Not too long ago, I reviewed the Nebula X1, which was already a fantastic home projector, so when Nebula reached out about the Pro version of the X1, I was kind of expecting like an iterative upgrade, maybe some tweaks here and there, but man, was I wrong. This thing is not some upgrade, it is in a league of its own, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what I mean. First of all, Nebula has officially joined the soundcore family, both under Anchor Innovations, and that means Nebula's projection expertise and soundcore's audio know-how are finally coming together into one product line. And the X1 Pro shows that this is indeed a match made in heaven. Now, like I said in the intro, this isn't just a projector, it's a full-blown mobile theater station. That means it's designed to be your all-in-one cinema, whether you're setting it up in your living room, maybe you have a dedicated home theater setup, or even in your backyard. So in this video, we're gonna unbox it, take a close look at the design, test the image quality, the sound system, the smart setup features, and yes, even the karaoke microphones. And by the end, you'll know whether this is for you and whether it really justifies the pretty steep price tag. Although I should probably mention here that depending on when you're watching this video, you can knock off a pretty substantial chunk of that price by snagging their early bird discount. Let's start with the unboxing, because honestly, this feels like unboxing a full home theater. Now, this is not a small box, which makes sense because this ain't a small projector. I was a bit nervous about having to put stuff together, but since this truly is an all-in-one solution, there is literally no setup. Zero. None. So you've got the main projector unit, the wireless surround speakers, the subwoofer, microphones, and all that jazz, but everything is integrated into one single unit. So once you peel away the packaging, which was pretty satisfying actually, you just roll the whole thing out and done. Soundcore even sent me their 200-inch behemoth of an inflatable screen with an automatic air pump. Now, this thing is not included in the standard package, but it definitely 10x's the experience, but more on that later. The X1 Pro itself is built around what Soundcore calls their core suite design. Think of it as a rolling theater in a box. There's a telescopic handle, wheels, compartments for the microphones and remote, and all the ports you'd expect and need. Everything feels solid, premium, and intentional. But the real showstopper is when you hit that power button. The front surround speakers automatically extend out with a slick mechanical motion. It's one of those design touches that just makes it feel premium and futuristic, and it's always a wow moment when I show it to people. From there, you can manually extend the rear speakers, set up the stands, and within a couple of minutes, you can have your full 7.1.4 surround setup ready to go. And the beauty of it is that it's completely wireless, so there are no messy cables running all over your floors. Now, a projector lives or dies by image quality. It's 2025, so most projectors today are at least semi-decent, so you can't really get away with mediocre image quality anymore. Nebula isn't new to the party, and they obviously know what it takes to deliver. The X1 Pro is using a patented 4K tri-laser optical engine that delivers some pretty incredible results. First of all, the brightness is rated at 3500 ANSI lumens, which means you can actually use this thing in less than perfect conditions. I tested it indoors with some lights on, and even outdoors at dusk, and the pictures stayed sharp, clear, and vibrant. Of course, when you set it up in bright sunlight, the image will look more washed out, but that's obvious. But watch this at dusk, or even better at night, and you'll be blown away by the image quality. Clarity is next level. Most projectors at this price point use hybrid or resin lenses. The X1 Pro uses a full 14-element all-glass lens, which gives you thermal stability and sharper focus over time. It's one of those subtle details you don't think about until you see it in person, and then it is really night and day. Color accuracy is also impressive. You're getting 110% of the Rec 2020 color gamut with delta E under 0.8, which means the colors are accurate enough for professional use. Combine that with Dolby Vision support and HDR tone mapping, and you're looking at a seriously cinematic picture. And the contrast? Just wow. A lot of projectors crush the blacks in darker scenes, turning them into a muddy mess. The X1 Pro's dynamic contrast algorithm makes dark movie scenes pop with detail you'd normally miss. But here's where the X1 Pro completely blows past the competition, or at least it did for me: the sound. Most projectors, even the high-end ones, they ship with pretty weak built-in speakers that have that tinny sound, you know? It'll do the job in a pinch, but you will be looking for better speakers real fast. And if you want actual surround sound, you're running separate AV receivers, cables, basically a dedicated setup. The X1 Pro changes that. It comes with 4 wireless surround speakers that all auto-connect to the projector base, which has a very powerful built-in subwoofer. And within minutes, and I'm saying literally minutes, you've got a true Dolby Atmos 7.1.4 setup. That's 7 horizontal channels, 1 sub, and 4 overhead channels, giving you sound from every single direction. I tested it with some Dolby Atmos videos, jets flying overhead, bullets whizzing around my ears, and even simple ambient nature scenes sound incredible and immersive. And guys, yes, this video is sponsored by Nebula, but please believe me when I tell you this, I did not expect that sound coming from those speakers. It is easily the part that blew me away the most, and it's not just immersive, it's powerful. The system puts out up to 107 decibels of sound, with bass extension down to 38 Hz. The first time I tested it with Dennis, my camera guy, we looked at each other and were like, dang, better turn that down or we'll have some very angry neighbors here soon. And what I love most is that it's low latency and wireless. No spaghetti mess of 20 cables, just one cable to power the bass unit, and everything else syncs automatically. It's one of those rare setups where the convenience actually matches the performance. Soundcore didn't just stop at the hardware though. They've also built in some really smart features that make setting this up almost a fun experience. Like FlexWave. Normally, you kind of have to sit in the ideal position, you know, the sweet spot if you will, to fully immerse yourself in the surround sound. But that's not always possible. Maybe you sit to the right or further back. Soundcore fixed this with their spatial audio calibration system. It's kind of like dragging the sweet spot around on the screen. You open the UI, drag a point to where you're sitting, and the speakers automatically adjust the volume, timing, and frequency response to match that position. So if your right surround speaker is 2 meters away, but the left one is 1 meter away, FlexWave corrects that so the sound hits your ears perfectly in sync. It's the kind of calibration you'd normally pay a pro installer to do, but here you can do it in seconds yourself. Then there's IEA 5.1 Smart Setup. Projector alignment can be a real pain in the neck, moving the unit around, stacking books, fiddling with the keystone. Here, you just set it down and the built-in gimbal scans your environment, adjusts the angle, zoom, focus, and even avoids obstacles. And in about 10 seconds, you've got a perfect picture. And you can still fine-tune it if you want with move and zoom. These are the kinds of features that make the difference between a cool gadget and something you actually use all the time. I don't know about you guys, but if something is a pain in the neck to set up, I usually just end up never using it. This thing definitely got rid of that issue. Now let's talk about the extras, because this thing isn't just for movie night. It actually comes with wireless microphones, and they've got some really cool tech we first saw in the Rave 3S AI party speakers that I also reviewed on this channel. Basically, you've got AI vocal removal built in. So with the tap of a button, you can strip the vocals from any song and turn it into an actual karaoke song instantly. No need to buy dedicated karaoke tracks, like any track will do. It's a great little party trick. Just make sure you select your friends and neighbors that can actually sing, or you might regret things real quick. The microphones have about 40 hours of battery life, super low latency, and a range of up to 50 meters, so you can take them outside without losing connection and not worry about the batteries dying at all. And then there's the optional 200-inch inflatable screen. I didn't know Nebula was going to ship this with my review unit, and at first I thought it would be, a bit gimmicky, but when I saw it all blown up, I changed my tune. We just used the air pump that shipped with it, and in no time you've got this massive, rock-solid outdoor cinema screen. Use the water backs or stake it to the ground, or both, whatever you need. Perfect for those summer nights, movies, football games, you name it. But even gaming was a pretty awesome experience. So who is this for? If you're the kind of person who loves movie nights, game nights, or hosting parties, and you don't want to mess with complicated AV setups, the X1 Pro is basically a dream machine. It's portable enough to take outside, powerful enough to rival a dedicated home theater, and simple enough that anyone in the family can set it up. And trust me, you will be impressing your friends and neighbors. It's not cheap, but that shows both in quality and execution. And seeing how versatile this thing is, being able to use it both outside and as a home projector, I think it's a worthy investment for true cinema fans. So about this price. The soundcore Nebula X1 Pro has an MSRP of $4,999. That is serious money. But, and this is important, early Kickstarter backers can get it for $2,999, knocking off $2,000. That's still a lot, but when you compare it to building out a full 7.1.4 home theater with a projector, a screen, speakers, subwoofer, installation, it is starting to look like a pretty sweet deal. So to wrap this up, the soundcore Nebula X1 Pro isn't just a projector. It's an entire entertainment ecosystem in a box. 4K laser projection, Dolby Atmos surround, smart setup, karaoke, and a massive optional screen. It's not for everyone, but for the right person, it's a complete game changer. Check the link in the description if you want to secure that early bird deal, and let me know in the comments, what would you first watch on that 200-inch screen with full Dolby Atmos? Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.